What's up, Lou?
How do rabbits travel? They travel by hairplane. What is a bunny's motto?
Did you just look up
Don't be
rabbit?
mad, be happy.
This is how we're starting this. We like stop uploading this show for like a month or two. Like, and then we come back like, oh hey guys, don't worry, Lou's coming back with a swing and a bang. She looked up bunny jokes on Google.
What do you get if you cross a rabbit with an insect?
They've already clicked off the video. They've given up on this show.
Bugs Bunny. Hey everybody, welcome to Looney Duels. This is a show where we power scale the Looney Duels, the Looney characters of the Looney Tunes verse. We look at their incredible powers and abilities and decide which one would win in a battle royale type scenario, much like Fortnite or something. I don't know. Hey, this is the episode you started with. Stop. Go back.
I feel like if you're checking something out and you get to you're like I'm gonna start episode 47. You that's your fault.
This is the mistake you've made.
Yeah, this is all on you.
Okay, so we watched some things, some I would say classics. We've been kind of veering away from the classics for a while, and so now I think it's time to kind of reel it back in and get to the true meat. You know, the true facts of the Looney Tunes characters. They're what makes them, you know?
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed because there's like 3 episodes left.
So we watched Carrotblanca, which is a parody version of Casablanca, which is I guess fun. Pretty fun.
I think the more the appeal of this one is just like they just squeeze a lot of characters in like Bugs, Daffy, Tweety, Yosemite, like Foghorn's in there at the beginning. We got Pepe Le Pew, our first Pepe Le Pew, by the way. That's our first one.
Pepe Le Pew, I feel like you could still make him work. They're very afraid to use this character anymore. Like he's not in Space Jam 2 because they're afraid of all the allegations, I suppose, against Pepe Le Pew. But I feel like there's a way to do this character of like make him less of a pest and more just like overly romantic and like kind of annoying. Like I feel like I think there's a way to make this gag still work in modern times, right?
I'm gonna say, like, maybe this is the unwoke thing to say. I don't have any problem with the guy. Like, it's funny to make fun of it, like just treat him like a piece of shit, but like truthfully and utterly, his whole gimmick is he's like, oh, I'm so French and I love you so much. Like he's not like a horrible anime guy pervert, right? Like he's not like Master Roshi level or whatever. He's just kind of like overbearing a bit. Like that's it.
Yeah, so he's in this a lot, and he's with the cat girl character. I always forget the name of because I don't think we've seen her.
Kitty Catswell. That's the one from fucking Puff Puppy. That's the wrong character.
I was like fully prepared to believe you there. So
no, that's that. I think we say it like no, that's the one from fucking Tough Puppy. The only thing anyone remembers with that damn show. But yeah, she's here. I feel like this one. I said this when we watched it. This is less, I think, about the powers we're learning, more about the dynamics behind the scenes we're learning, like the character dynamics.
Yeah, Bugs and Daffy have kind of a friendship in this one. I would say, like they're like drinking buddies, you know. That's kind of fun to see, and Daffy having like an ex-girlfriend is funny also. But seeing Bugs like lust after a woman though is weird. I don't know why. It really should be because he's into Lola and like other stuff, but I don't know, seeing him go after the cat girl is like kind of weird.
I think this is the only piece of Looney Tunes media, I want to say, where those two characters are like paired up as like any sort of romantic thing ever, I want to say.
I guess that's why it's a little weird, but I don't want to hold it against them. I mean, it's cool seeing Bugs Bunny in a suit and like backing on some dame, you know.
Maybe we should just talk about that for a bit. Like maybe like we avoided like the topic of Looney Tunes romances. Like, could there be power couples on the battlefield?
Well, I guess, you know, I don't think we've ever ironed out, can groups win or can like partners win, or is it like a singular winner?
I feel like every time we talk about, I think I always talk about like a battle to the death. Like if there's like a team, like they would have to start killing each other at some point. But like, I guess that'd be like scary though, wouldn't it? Like, what if Bugs and Kitty Catswell. Just remember to call her now. I'm not checking her name. This is a great podcast, very professional. Like if they were in love on the battlefield and like she like we had to like ask the question, like if they were the last two left, would Bugs be humble enough to take the fall? Would he stab himself with the knife to let her live?
I don't know, because I don't think Bugs. I think this was purely a role for Bugs in this parody short. Like he was playing the part, and after that he's like, okay, I don't really care about this like cat girl. I'm okay. You know.
Okay, but what if he fell in love with fucking, I don't know, Barnyard Dog? Like, what if he fell in love with Barnyard Dog and like they were the last? I don't think so. Okay, well, you're thinking too hard about. I choose a random like Bugs falls in love with someone on the battlefield, and like the last two left would like Bugs like I think Speedy Gonzales would like if Speedy Gonzales fell in love with like Porky Pig. Speedy's like honorable, and he would take his life. Like Porky, my friend, you need to. Porky, my love, his love. You need to live.
Mi amor.
Mi amor, I'm letting you carry on, and then he like get the big shotgun out and shoot himself. And
That's
let Porky
so sad.
win.
I just want you to know, I did look up the cat because I was like, I'm gonna feel so stupid not knowing her name, and I thought it would be a really good idea to just Google Looney Tunes cat. Sylvester was the first thing that popped up, like, because of course it would.
Surprise!
And then her name is Penelope, and I knew that. I knew her name was Penelope. That's so obvious. Of course it's Penelope because it's the same, like, name of it's like similar to like Petunia, like Penelope and Petunia. It's like the girl names, you know.
We don't even need to have a discussion, by the way, if Daffy would like sacrifice himself, because nobody would ever love him on the battlefield. He would not find any love.
No, maybe somebody could have an infatuation with Daffy. I don't think Daffy is capable of like thinking of other people over himself.
Like I don't know, like Helen that chicken like fell in love with Daffy and like, oh Daffy, I can't believe it's just the two of us. Like, yeah, kill yourself.
Daffy wouldn't be able to help himself. He would very much encourage his partners and friends to jump off a cliff so he could win the battle royale.
I want to win.
I liked Tweety in this. He was pretty fun.
This is the first time I liked Tweety in so long.
I did. He does rat Bugs out, which I thought was kind of a fun little mischievous trait of his. I guess Tweety Bird is just that lowly. He doesn't care.
What do you think about the concept? We see Yosemite Sam take on a lot of roles. Like he's not always just a cowboy. He's been a few things. Like this is his first time.
Sometimes.
This is his first time being a Nazi. Do you think that took a lot for him to like take on this role? Because he's like a hard-blooded American.
Yeah, I think that he didn't love doing it, but he did it for the money that Warner Brothers gave him.
I love the red, white, and blue too much to do it. But
he
I
knew
love money even more.
He knew he was perfect for the role. Like, who else are you gonna put there? Elmer? Elmer does not have the like menace to be it. It had to be Yosemite. So that was good for him. So yeah, I think I think this one's on like YouTube or something. You should just go watch it. It's fun, you know. Why not? It's like 5 minutes. Go see Bugs Bunny kissing a cat. It's cool, I guess.
Do we need to talk about the fact he's kind of sexy in this one, by the way?
Bugs is like really sexy in this one. He's wearing a white suit. He's like drinking at the bar. He looks awesome.
We need to like rank Looney Tunes media based on how much it feels like the person behind it wants to fuck Bugs Bunny.
This would be pretty up there.
This is up there. The Multiverses comic, that's up there. If you haven't seen the Multiverses comic, whoever's drawing Bugs Bunny feels insane lust for him. I'm just gonna say that. Anything Chuck Jones worked on, he wants to fuck Bugs Bunny, and you can't convince me otherwise.
Those sultry eyes.
He draws Bugs Bunny like so beautiful with these beautiful eyelashes and these like calm, warm eyes and like blushy red cheeks. He loves Bugs. I think he was in love with Bugs Bunny.
Do you think that Bugs Bunny being loved by his creators gives him more strength on the battlefield?
I mean, that's just how the cartoons literally go. It's that the people making the cartoons like Bugs more than Elmer, so Bugs gets to win. Did you not say that about any cartoon, really? Like, you know, Akira Toriyama probably liked Goku better than the guy Goku was beating up at that moment.
True that. Well, let's talk about our next one. We watched Invasion of the Bunny Snatchers, which is it's an interesting little thing. It is. This came out in 1992. I think it's still all the original voice actors though, right?
Let me double check. I think by the time this came out, it was on to whoever was doing them in Tiny Toons, because this was made partially. So part of the reason this was made, just to give a little context, is this was kind of a big jab at like this is by Jeff Bergman. This is by the time Jeff Bergman was Bugs Bunny. Yeah, this was made kind of in response to like the very poor quality control on Tiny Toons. I think a lot of people in the animation industry did not like Tiny Toons because
That's really funny.
freaking Cow and Chicken has a whole episode shitty on it too. So I don't know. There was something going on with Tiny Toons. They hated it. But in this one, Bugs Bunny, we learn a lot. Apparently, a lot of these shorts just happened in the span of one day. All the shorts Bugs Bunny you've seen, all of them just happen in one day. Apparently, like he just does this. This is like his daily routine.
I was gonna say it feels very much like a job. He gets up in the morning, he messes around with Elmer, and then he like takes a cab to go mess around with Yosemite Sam, and then he like takes a train to go around with Daffy, and it's like he's like clocking in and out. It feels like to his different shifts, and he seems to like be kind of like overwhelmed. I would say it feels like he's rushing to each one. He doesn't really have a lot of time for himself, so he seems like he's not really having a great time with it. But something is brewing underneath everything. There's these weird carrots that are growing all around, and when he wakes up the next day, everyone has been replaced by not them, some weird
they've been replaced by like very low quality animation versions of themselves, like very thick outlines, like very like horrible movements. Daffy's like the worst one. There's like a part where like it zooms in on him. He's got like a human mouth on his beak, and there's another part where he's like covered in horrible holes, and then he has like very like smooth mouth animations. They're just terrible, all of them. They're horrible. I hope they're on the battlefield though.
I think we have to consider them contenders.
Maybe not specifically them. Maybe the carrots. The carrots that like take them. Like we can start considering like they could like Looney Tunes doppelgangers and just start appearing on the battlefield now.
Yes, absolutely. You got to watch out for that because they're really nasty. And I feel like they're kind of like scary. they're very scary. They're foreboding. It feels like something really bad is going to happen if you even like touch them. So it's going to be hard to fight them in that regard.
Yeah, can you imagine if these guys got their hands on like someone who actually mattered, like Speedy Gonzalez?
God, if there was like a Speedy Gonzalez doppelganger, that'd be crazy. The only thing this short doesn't really say is like where the originals go.
No, they don't.
Because Bugs gathers all the doppelgangers up in a big bag and like throws them away. But all the originals, like they disappeared and then they like come back at the end. And Bugs is very happy to see all of them, by the way, which is nice. But there's never like they kidnapped them and put them on like a spaceship somewhere or something, or like in a jail cell. They just took them for a little bit. Maybe it wipes your memory because they don't seem not like any wiser that happened to them. At some point, Bugs Bunny says to Elmer, "Over here, darling," which I don't know if Bugs is beating the allegations at this point.
No,
there's something going on there.
I think the discussion we had about him earlier with dames is completely over. I think Bugs Bunny, anytime he's with a dame, it's a cover. I do not believe the love between Bugs and Lola even a little bit.
It's all false. Oh, I have a question. Yeah. So at the beginning of this, Elmer mentions to Bugs as he's trying to shoot him that he wants to make him into like a rabbit stew. And I'm sure Elmer has said something similar to this before, but I don't know why it like kind of... I was like, Elmer wants to eat Bugs Bunny? I didn't think I just thought he wanted to kill him.
They're very, like, it's short to short. Like, it's just what's the funniest, right? Like, he said before he's a vegetarian. He said before he wants to cook him. He said before, like, he just wants to, like, hang him on the wall. Like, Bugs Bunny, like, his like, what he wants to do to Bugs Bunny, it's just whatever's funniest at the time. But, like, that's also interesting to consider, like, and because we're taking this shit seriously. Like, the actual answer is that it's whatever's funniest. But we're here to take this shit seriously. We're here to study.
The actual answer is that it matters and that we have to find out why he wants to kill Bugs Bunny right now.
Maybe, like, maybe it just, like, keeps shifting, right? Like, maybe it started as, like, he wanted to eat him. Like, it was a hunger thing. And then Bugs Bunny kept fucking owning him. Like, right? Like,
I think it would first be a hunter thing. Because Elmer, he starts out as, like, he just goes to the woods and stuff because he's painting or going on vacation or just enjoying nature, and sees this buck-ass rabbit who just keeps, dicking around with him, and it pisses him off so much he wants to just kill him to hang him on the wall. Right. And then he's like, well, I gotta be practical about this. And then he's like, well, I should try to eat him after I kill him. Put him in a big old pot, put some carrots in there, make him think it's a bathtub so he'll step inside and cook himself, kind of thing.
And then at a certain point, he broke so much, it's just, I want to murder you. Like, I want to murder you and hang you on my wall so I can always remember the time I murdered you.
Yeah, I think that Elmer, once he started accepting Lord Jesus Savior into his life and became a proper Christian, he became a vegetarian because of that, but he still wants to kill Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, his want to murder Bugs Bunny is like separate from let's get straight. Do you think he hunts any other animals at a certain point, or is he just hunting Bugs Bunny?
Daffy? Doesn't he hunt Daffy a little bit?
Daffy deserves it.
Okay, but whether or not Daffy deserves it or not doesn't change the fact that Elmer does hunt other animals.
I guess that this is something to consider. Like, he definitely hunts bugs. Like, he's hunting Daffy. Like, does he hunt anyone else though? Like, do we see him hunt anyone else? Or is it just these two guys he's only after ever?
Well, who else is there to hunt? Like, every other character, you're not gonna hunt Foghorn Leghorn. He's a chicken on a farm. Can't hunt him. Porky's like a man at this point. Sylvester's a fucking cat.
Are there any like off-screen characters, like animals he could be hunting? Perhaps, consider that.
Fair enough. I'll consider it. Maybe he can hunt Cool Cat.
That'd be pretty funny. Wait, that'd be awesome though. Wait, can you imagine that? What if they met?
It'd be so awesome if Elmer Fudd and Cool Cat met, and he could hunt and kill Cool Cat.
Imagine the possibilities.
I actually think Elmer could kill Cool Cat if he wanted to.
You think so? You think that'd be the one he finally gets?
I don't think Cool Cat is like situationally aware enough to realize what Elmer is actually going to shoot. Like, he thinks Elmer is a big joke and just like, yeah, we're cool, man. And then Elmer fucking shoots him. He doesn't have the reflexes Bugs has. He doesn't even have the reflexes Daffy has, I would say. He's too cool. Damn. He's too chill. He's almost as chill as Cat, but not quite.
Oh. So I guess Bugs wins this one, by the way. I mean, he defeats the Rat Bunny Snatchers. We're going to talk about this now. The carrot snatcher things are going to be like a bit in the battlefield now, because now we have to consider at any moment in time, like, they could just get them. Like, they could just get all those damn Looney Tunes.
Oh, absolutely. They infest the arena at some point. And they would have to either like quarantine off from them or try to deal with it, because it could spread really fast, and then you just have a bunch of like fake Looney Tunes, and then the battle's never ending because they won't kill each other. They'll just like hug each other and stand
Imagining
around.
Bugs doing like quick happy feet to like carefully dodge them, and Daffy just trips into them.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like tangled and like, get off me! And then suddenly there's like all the carrots come, so there's like 80 like Daffys running around the battlefield. Halfway through, this becomes like a zombie apocalypse instead.
Exactly, and that's what we have to look out for. So when we're on the battlefield, look out for these carrots. They didn't win this time, but that won't mean they won't win next time.
Oh, now we have to like have like discussions about like which characters would fall for these tricks. Like, what characters would like fall for the carrots? Like, who are the fools of the battlefield that would like fall for it, and who would use their awesome like speed and might and wisdom to avoid the carrots? Bugs Bunny avoids temptation every step of the way. Bugs Bunny, I think we said this before, he does not like sci-fi. He does not like space. He does not like weird magical elements. He avoids them, and he knows these carrots aren't his beloved normal carrots.
So I have a question. Are you saying who would eat a carrot, or who would think the doppelgangers are real?
What I was asking was like, who would like fall for the carrots tricks? Like, who would get consumed by the carrots?
Well, because you have to eat the carrot, I think, is what you have to do to get. There's a point in this short. I don't remember who. Like, one of them just sees it and looks scared, like implying the carrot's just gonna get it. Oh wait, no, because when Bugs, he takes one of the carrots home, and then his doppelganger like comes out of the carrot, like without him having eaten it. So yeah, okay, yeah, who would trust it? Who would not like be prepared for it?
I think they just need like the DNA of the person. Like, they just need to touch it or something.
That's scary. Well, I feel like Porky would pick it up with no question. He'd be be like, this is a little weird, and pick it up. Maybe it's in his farm that he has, you know? He's just like, where did this come from?
Oh, Taz is gonna spin through them and eat so many. There's gonna be so many bootleg Taz just like run around the battlefield.
I don't think Speedy would.
These carrots have fucked up everything. Like now this whole battle is gonna be like there's gonna be like 900 more participants through the clones.
I think Sylvester would like almost fall for it. Like he would think it was like he's a curious cat, you know, so he might try to pick one up. But I think that he doesn't have a lot of interest in food that isn't Tweety Bird.
We know this about him. He's an idiot.
Yeah, so like he wouldn't even like he'd see it and he'd be like, "Well, that's strange," and then he would keep he would keep trying to kill Tweety Bird. Similarly with Wily, I don't think Wily would pay it like two seconds of attention. He might try to use it in like a trap of some sort. Like if he sees it and he's like, I could use this carrot.
He's gonna use it as a trap, and he's gonna create 90,000 like Roadrunner bootlegs who all attack him.
I think Marvin be a living nightmare.
Marvin won't be filled like, oh, I've seen these before. You don't want to mess with them. No.
Yeah, Marvin has experience. Foghorn would probably eat one in 3 seconds.
Oh, it's glowing. That means it's gotta be good.
That's got them vitamins, boy. You need vitamins to grow. And then he shoves one in the barnyard dog's mouth.
See, we've done it. I mean, these damn carrots are gonna be part of this final battle now. Like, we have to consider, like, this is like a new gameplay element to, like, this final battle.
Well, let's talk about our next one.
Okay.
Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Daffy Duck is Robin Hood. Or is he? I don't know. I guess a little bit. Daffy Duck is Robin Hood, I guess. And Porky Pig is that other Friar Tuck. You know, he's there. Yeah. He's in the forest. He wants to meet Robin Hood. And Daffy's like, well, you're in luck. I'm Robin Hood. And Porky Pig's like, nah. No, you're not. I don't believe you. So Daffy tries to do a few different things to show that he is Robin Hood, such as stealing from a rich man. But he continuously fails because Daffy just, like, the world laughs at Daffy when he tries to do anything productive, I guess.
Idiot.
And Porky just kind of is there for the ride, laughs alongside him. This is a good time.
This is a great outing for Porky. This really like makes him look like a fucking champion.
Oh yeah, Porky's just like he's like such a Chad in this one. He just kind of like hangs around, laughs at Daffy. He's like, well, this is silly. You're giving me a lot of entertainment here, sir, but I gotta go find Robin Hood now. And Daffy's just like, no, it's me. I promise. Wait, one more time, please. Give me a chance.
He's so stupid in this one.
He really is. He like constantly is running into trees, blowing himself up, like more so than usual. I don't know if it's the added pressure of being watched. Maybe Daffy doesn't do well under pressure because obviously, at least to me, Daffy had been Robin Hood successfully for a while, at least enough to draw attention from Porky. Because Porky heard about him, you know?
Something happened to Daffy. Like, something with the presence of Porky fucked Daffy up. And, like, that's like... Does Porky have some sort of power that, like, makes Daffy worse somehow?
I think this is not a thing exclusive to Porky. I think anytime Daffy is in a short with, like, another character, like, which is more so Bugs than anybody else, he overperforms and fails. Like, he has such a bravado about him that he kind of trips over his own feet a lot of the times. When in other shorts, when he's more by himself versus, like, one person, he does a little bit better, if that makes sense. And I think it's being watched. That pressure is really bad for him. I think he is always wanting to impress his peers. So, you know, he talks about how he thinks Bugs is despicable and all that, but I think he does want Bugs's respect. And to a degree, I think Daffy Duck also wants Porky Pig's respect.
Okay, that's interesting. That is like actually interesting. Like, there's character like stuff to read into here. So would you think that Daffy's like character vice? You say was he? I think it's kind of interesting because he's got kind of the yin and yang. He's like he collapses under pressure pretty bad, but he can also take a fucking hit. like harder than any Looney Tune. Like Daffy Duck can survive some fucking shit.
That's true.
So that's interesting. Like he collapses pretty hard, but he can take a lot of hits in that collapse. Like, so he's probably not going to be getting a lot done, but he's going to be surviving pretty long.
Yeah, Daffy is definitely making it in the top 10, maybe even the top 5 easily, just because of how resilient he is. Now, he's going to be broken and bruised by the time we get there, but he will still be there. You better believe Daffy Duck is making it to the end in some way or form. If he's there in a pile of ashes, he's still there.
He's going to be there, like, beak on his head, like fucking exploding like all over the place, there to just yell at bugs. He's gonna be there.
I guess Porky wins this one.
Yeah, I guess it's hard to describe who wins this one, but I guess Porky does, because like he's just so fucking awesome. So is it funny? Can you say a character wins because he's awesome? Is that allowed?
Well, the way Porky wins is literally just, he's been denying the fact that Daffy Duck is Robin Hood all short. Then finally Daffy's like, okay, you know what? I guess I'm not Robin Hood because I suck so bad. I'm gonna be a friar just like you. And he dresses up in the little monk outfit, and they go to find Robin Hood, which I guess will be a fruitless endeavor because, whatever. But Porky just kind of like seems so smug and satisfied at getting Daffy to this point where he's finally given up, which I think means it's a win for Porky.
Maybe this whole time he knew Daffy was like Robin Hood and he was just fucking with him. He just wanted this to happen.
I was gonna say, maybe this is an evil version of Friar Tuck where he's trying to stop Robin Hood from stealing from the rich, so he tricks him into like becoming an asshole.
Alright, you want to take our last one here?
Yeah, our last one is a certified classic. This is What's Opera Doc. Woo! Wow! If you've never seen this short before, 1, what rock have you been living under? And 2,
literally,
stop this video and go watch it right now. What's wrong with you?
This is like a defining Looney Tune.
Yes, this is a beautiful tale where Elmer Fudd is wearing a weather-controlling helmet. It's a magic helmet.
That's my magic helmet.
That will be in Elmer's inventory during
this short. This short just buffed Elmer so much, by the way. Like, it's the very end. This is like the last classic Looney Tune we're gonna be covering. At the very fucking end, at the end of his fucking life, Elmer Fudd suddenly reveals his fucking powers.
Yeah, he's got lightning powers. He can make it storm, and he can make electricity like rain down from the sky. He's gonna kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit. And Bugs is just kind of chilling. He's having a great time. He decides he's going to, try to first appeal to Elmer's humanity, but then, he's like, okay, that's not happening. So his next step is always to dress up like a sexy lady, which of course he does. I have a question though about his appearance, and more importantly about his companion. Yeah. So Bugs, when he descends from like the stairs or whatever, he's wearing this outfit, beautiful outfit, and he's riding atop just a really big fat horse.
Yes.
And I need to know if we can consider this horse like a Bugs ally. Like, is this someone he could call upon in battle?
This is the thing he can summon to battle, I want to say. I think the horse is part of Bugs' kit. I think he pulls out of his ass is one of his powers.
Well, it'll fit up there. And it's a beautiful horse. It's a very sweet-faced horse. It's adorable. I love it. And I think that it's going to be a very powerful ally for Bugs Bunny in the battle royale.
He's going to need it because Elmer Fudd is now like a god. Like, we have to talk about that. Like, he controls thunder and wind and lightning and rain and shit.
It's pretty scary. I mean, it's treated with a seriousness, like when he starts using the powers, like Bugs is like running all over the place trying not to fucking die because he could actually die from this.
He kills Bugs, and like Bugs looks to the screen at the end and goes, "What, you expect, a happy ending?" Like, so Bugs is fine, but hypothetically he kills Bugs, and he can kill Elmer Fudd. has killed, and now he knows the taste of blood. He's gonna want more. We've gone this whole fucking show with him failing to kill anyone, and now he. You know what? Actually, I'm realizing it's all come together. Elmer Fudd, every time he thinks he kills someone, fucking cries and cries and cries like he's a wimp. And here again, he finally kills Bugs, and what does he do? He fucking cries. Do you think Elmer, even with all his new might, is going to get onto the battlefield, kill someone, and just start crying and give up immediately?
That's right. He can't. Elmer Fudd can't kill anyone until it's the last person he has to kill. Because if he tries to kill anybody prior to that, it'll shut him down mentally and emotionally. And I think he's aware of this too. So, let's say he's running around, it's the bell's just rung, it's time to start the battle royale. He's running around the field and he comes across, I don't fucking know, one of the cat guys from the Speedy Gonzales shorts, like just a fucking nobody character. And he shoots one. It's dead. And he sits there a moment. And he's like, oh God, what have I done? And he picks up the and he starts crying. And then, somebody comes up behind and shoots him or throws a big piano on him. He's dead. He's gone. He's done with the fucking battle. He's over. He can't do that. He can't risk that. He knows how it affects him mentally. He's going to have to play strategically and not, be offensive, be on the offense, but not kill anybody. Maybe he can harm or like injure people to make it a little easier for them to get picked off. But I think if he tries to kill somebody prior to the final kill, he just like loses automatically.
Do you think other characters could use this to their advantage? Like Bugs has faked his death so many times. Like could he just fake his death and then somebody else takes Elmer out like while he's crying over Bugs?
Well, the only issue with that is that when those characters fake their death, because I think like Daffy does it sometimes too, I'm sure other characters have as well, there's always like the moment after where they like get up, right? Where they stop pretending to be dead.
That's why I emphasize somebody else takes Elmer out as he's crying.
I mean, that could happen. That could be a thing. But I guess if somebody was partnering up with someone, like if the Goofy Gophers, one was out just like walking around near Elmer, and the other's like a mile away with a sniper rifle trained on Elmer.
So the point we need to make here is like when you're making like the counters, like your Pokemon like type countering, Goofy Gopher counters Elmer pretty hard.
Yeah, I mean, the best strength about the Goofy Gophers is their telepathic communication that they have.
Yes, of course.
And that they're just always going 100% for each other. So like, what do you even do against them? I guess die, which is what Elmer does to Bugs Bunny in this short. He does bring upon the wrath of a god and electrifies Bugs Bunny to a crisp. And then he's remorseful, of course, as he always is, but it's especially sad this time because I think he actually did kill him, at least for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. He gets powers at the very tail end of all this, but he can't even use them because if he kills someone, he'll fucking cry about it. Well, unbelievable.
Does this speak to Elmer's character at all, that when he is given like weapons or strong abilities that he kind of goes a little power mad with it and then he immediately regrets it afterwards? Like, it's one thing for him to have a big gun, but to have actual like lightning powers or anything more, do you think he would go a little overboard? Like, kind of just, I mean, he's kind of brutal in this one, I would say.
He gets on Bugs like without even like missing a beat in this one.
So does he have this potential, like if he's given the right tools or feels empowered, could he be like a killing machine? Like, he was just against Bugs in this, but what if he, had the helmet and there was an open field full of like at least like 10 or so Looney Tunes characters? Would he just like go on a rampage? I mean, he'd cry afterwards, but would there be just like a brief moment where he would get all of them?
I guess the question to ask here is like, could Elmer just have one explosive moment where he takes so many Looney Tunes out?
I think he could. I think the potential is there. It would just have to be a really good opportunity, because we don't really know yet how the Looney Tunes will like disperse once they're dropped in the battlefield. Like, are some of them gonna go and hide? Are some of them gonna immediately start fighting?
This is making Elmer sound like a freaking pigman to me.
Like, we don't know his strategy. You know, we just don't know right now. There's not enough data. We need more data. So I guess Bugs technically won that because he didn't die, but he made Elmer feel bad. So win for Bugs. Again, who's surprised?
I'll give Elmer a pat on the back, though.
Yeah, we'll give Elmer a pat on the back. Would you like to read some YouTube comments?
Sure. From Bangarudi, I need to get Bugs Bunny pregnant, bro. That's not a comment. That's not a question. Here's one from Angler about do you remember Kate?
Yes, and her conjuring abilities.
Looney Tunes back in action.
Of course I remember. Are you kidding me?
Well, speaking of those, does Kate's newly obtained conjuring ability suggest the Looney Tunes powers, admittedly probably just of that god being Bugs, can be transferred anyway? If they can rub up into human characters, what are the greater implications of this? Seeing as Kate seemingly only gained the ability to summon objects and may need to work to improve her skills, is it just only a portion that can be spread? Does it have limits?
I think it does have limits. Physically, I think it's draining for her. Just a quick recap for anyone who didn't listen to the last episode. Kate from Back in Action, you know, the classic character, Kate, human character.
Kate, yes.
She has conjuring abilities she is not yet aware of. They're very subtle, and they're in their infancy. Just because of her proximity to Bugs Bunny during the entirety of that movie, some of that power did, I think, rub off on her. I think it can be transferred. I think that Bugs is really the only one that I would see that power coming from. So
I think we actually have more than one instance of this, because back in Space Jam, the first one, Michael Jordan obtains awesome stretchy arm powers.
I think that is just a result of him hanging around so many tunes. I think those things can rub off on them in some way. So I think that the limits are for Kate because these is such a new power for her, and because she's not totally fully aware of it or how to use it, that it's like exhausting for her to use. At least purposefully exhausting for her to use. She might conjure something up on accident, like kind of like almost like she's breathing, you know, very easily. But if she tries to actually think about something, I think it could be very difficult for her. So yeah.
So I do think also, I don't think Toon's powers can spread to other Toons. I don't think Bugs Bunny's abilities can wear off on Elmer Fudd because he's already a Toon. But like if LeBron James and Kate are on the battlefield, I think they can obtain like if they can obtain Taz powers somehow if they wanted to.
Yeah, I think that if they spend a lot of time around a Toon, they start to kind of like get some of that ability. So that's kind of a good measure, you know. They might ally themselves with a Toon to kind of get some advantage there, and then we'll see where that goes.
Yeah. Every other comment on this video is a joke. So we're out of questions already.
That's okay. Tune in next time. We will be talking about the Looney Tunes show. Woo! Yeah! Woohoo! And I guess that's all, folks. Thanks for listening.